Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Kazuha. Kazuha thinks you must have had a horrid nightmare. So he stays by your side all night just to comfort you and make sure you're okay. But most of all, he just wants to make sure that no one actually is here and that nothing happened that could terrify you so much in reality. Dreams are dreams, for the most part, and hopefully it was something that you could recover from. For now, he will just be by your side and hold you gently, hoping you can tell him what happened. And if you don't want to, either way, he'll still be with you. So there's no pressure. He just loves you so much. And he's more than willing to sacrifice a night's worth of sleep just for you. Heizou. Heizou's really gentle. So when he hears you screaming, he ends up waking up to the sound of your voice. And you are curled up as he sits up to ask you what's wrong. And that's when you tell him that you are kind of scared because there was thunder. And he softens. You are too cute for your own good. That's why he wraps his arms around you, kissing your forehead and telling you that there's nothing wrong. And if somehow thunder can harm you, he will make sure to blow it away. You tell him that's surely not possible, but he just shuts you up, telling you anything can be possible if you love hard enough. I mean, sure, but that does not apply to thunder. However, he does kiss you, and it does seem to be effective at shutting you up and making your negative thoughts go away. Albedo. Albedo is extremely gentle, so when he wakes up to you screaming, he wouldn't be mad or something. He would just go over to you, wrap his arms around you, and ask you just what exactly happened and what scared you so much. And then, once he gets an answer, he'll deal with whatever problem it is, while reassuring you that as long as you are with him, you're safe. There was nothing to worry about, and no one who would be able to harm you as long as he was by your side. So really, there was no reason for you to worry at all. Venti. Venti's well, he panics really fast, okay? He has nightmares. So, he's really skittish when it comes to sleep. You didn't know that, but some nights are not too good for him. So, when he wakes up to you screaming, it makes him a little bit jumpy, and he asks you what's wrong, if you saw someone or something. But then you tell him you had just had a weird nightmare, sleep paralysis and all. And he lets out a soft breath, hugging you tightly, telling you it's fine. He'll wake up and watch over you. He doesn't sleep, mostly because he's watching over you as he promised, but also because he can't bring himself to sleep either. Scaramouche, much like Venti in this case. He would kind of panic, except it's less concealed. He'd wake up panting, looking around, and ready to attack whoever it is, until you apologize for waking him, telling him you just had a really awful nightmare. And that's when he begins to breathe normally again, trying to calm down, taking deep breaths. And you just hold him, kissing his cheek and apologizing for scaring him so much. And he apologizes as well. And the two of you decide to sleep in each other's arms. Scara does not usually cuddle in his sleep, but this time, he truly needed it. And he knew you needed it as well, so that's why he was compelled to do it. Tighnari. Tighnari would wake up with a surprised look on his face, asking you if you're okay, if you had seen something, and you could see how scared he was. For you, he'd be looking around and turning on the lights to show you that there's nothing there, nothing to be afraid of. And that's when you start to calm down, looking around you as he holds your hand gently in his, squeezing it. It's just me here, just me and you. You're safe, he said, and you nodded, cuddling closer to him while he strokes your hair gently, pulling you into his arms. Xiao would wake up startled, looking around, and seeing just what in the hell you were screaming about. And then he would tell him that there's nothing, and assure you he's checked all around the house. And then he'd nod, fidgeting and looking ashamed. When he would ask why you were behaving that way, he would just tell him had a nightmare, and basically, he felt ashamed to tell him, because it kind of sounds silly, and there's no way that that would be a valid reason for waking him up in the middle of the night with a scream. You would have been scared and startled too, so you kind of feel bad. But then he just sighed softly, shaking his head as he held you in his arms, kissing you softly. It's my duty to protect you from nightmares and other things as well. So, please, don't feel guilty about it. Well, at least now you don't. And he does keep you in his arms all night, making sure that you're sleeping soundly, without needing to be scared about anything. Child would ask you what's wrong. He kind of had trouble sleeping, and when all of a sudden you were screaming right next to him, he kind of thought you were having a nightmare, and you told him. So that's why I turned on the lights, made you hot chocolate, and decided to cuddle by your side until you can talk about it if you want. However, if you're too scared to, or don't remember, then it's just fine for him. He will ask you if you want to sleep or stay up, and according to that, he will do as you want. However, if you have trouble sleeping and don't know how, he will get a book and read it to you, or perhaps, sometimes, even hum a song while holding you in his arms, trying to get you to fall back asleep. He's extremely soft-hearted, and he will not mind losing some hours of sleep just for you, because you are his love, and he cares so much more about you than sleep.